Tuesday. Hope we're good. Bit rainy here. That's fine. Not about to start moaning about the weather. Because if you moan about the weather, you should know better. Is that a rhyme? No, it's not. Yeah. People don't like change, do they? I don't think, in general. Especially when it comes to where they live. And every single place you can live in the world, and that people do live in the world, is constantly changing. And I feel like changes that are made for better kind of just get like, people are just like, that's just a given. You know, parks being built for kids, or a new cafe being built, or shopping centres being built that mean that you don't have to travel to go to wherever. These are all things that seem to just be like taken for granted, but then as soon as there's a change that people don't like, and I do include people who move to these areas, and immigration, and asylum seekers, people get very uptight, don't they? Very, very uptight and selfish. And I've seen some of the most selfish things I've ever seen because of issues like immigration, illegal immigrants, asylum seekers. So I think, isn't even the term illegal immigrants not technically correct? Like, you can't be an illegal immigrant. No, it's not illegal. I don't know, is that right? Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, I've seen some such selfish things, especially in England, about there's no room for certain people. There's no, send the boats back, all this sort of stuff. I fully understand where a lot of people are coming from with it, in terms of, especially in London, there's so much tension, so much hard living that's going on. The easy thing to do is to point at the newest people who are there and go, well, you're responsible for this. This is your fault. That's the easiest thing to do, isn't it? It's like, as soon as a party goes shit, you go, well, it's because these new people are here who we don't really know. They're the problem. It's not always the case, is it? But politics is just such a hard topic. And I always think about politics, because the more older I get, the more I think I understand what it is. And the more I realise that there's so much just bollocks involved with politics, that I almost just don't bother myself with it, because it's a minefield. It's impossible to know who to even vote for these days. Reform, the whole reform thing, is a bit mental though. It does seem like that is complete far-rightism, and unfortunately they've managed to brainwash a lot of uneducated people into voting, and that's from the outside looking in. I don't know anything about these people. I don't research these parties because I don't live in England, and that's probably a very naive thing to do, but that's what I do. But yeah, people don't like change, do they? And it makes them uncomfortable. And I can see it, because when it's something I care about and it changes, in my opinion, for the worse, I get a bit pissed off. Good example of this would be certain genres of bass music that I've been into during the course of my adulthood. Like, probably dubstep is the best example. I got into it in about 2007, and it was still in its sort of formative years. And then I watched it. I DJ'd dubstep. I made dubstep music for quite a few years. I was very passionate about it, and I sort of watched it get completely overtook with, you know, as soon as American people got hold of it, not rightly or wrongly, but they turned it into something else with people like Skrillex. And that sort of sound that is now considered dubstep is not the dubstep that I enjoy listening to and fell in love with. And the same's happened with garage, in my opinion. It's now just sort of called UKG globally, isn't it? And it's now not garage, it is 150 beats per minute, 4 to the 4 kick drum, and it's completely different to what garage originally was. But that's the change that I'm saying that people don't like. And when you're passionate about something, it can be difficult, but you can't let that change result in you being a bitter person. With dubstep as the example, I've just got to move on and allow dubstep to be what it now is. And there is still people making what I like. There's still good producers out there, or no, not good, still producers out there who make the style of dubstep that I like, and garage. And I think any sort of subgenre or subculture has this same dilemma of new people coming, taking something and evolving it, and the people who are already into it don't like that evolution a lot of the time. But they've just got to live with it, and it's fine. It's not that deep a topic really, is it? But when it comes to immigration and stuff, it can be a tricky topic, and I probably won't get too much into that. Tune of the day. Do you know what? On the whole topic of reform, I found this AI artist called Danny Bones, who has been set up by a racist group called the Nord Project. And they basically have created an AI musician called Danny Bones. And he's got a load of tunes, and they are completely racist. Shite. And they've sort of made his voice like a bit like Plan B, Maverick Sabre, sort of really, really British, but just complete shit. And the music behind it is awful. It's just AI slop, I think the term is. But he's rapping or singing about Keir Starmer's a wanker, and we don't need you in our country, get back, and we need to reclaim the UK. Just a load of shit. And I'm like, surely people aren't thick enough to go like, this is good in any way. Because it's some of the worst stuff I've ever heard in my life. And I've watched a lot of kids' TV shows and Disney movies. And actually Disney movies have very, very good music, don't they? But I've watched a lot of kids' TV shows that does not have good music, and this is the worst of it all. And I'm going to go with a song called UK that is spelt Yookay. UK. And it's the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. Danny Bones. And I don't understand how Spotify allow AI music at all to be made and like streamed. Because where's that going to get us to? That's a different video altogether, isn't it, AI? I'll leave it there. Probably not a very good video today, is it, lads? But I'm sorry about that. See you tomorrow.